Well, something is better than nothing, Grace, so, like, we'll get you to make predictions, full-fledged ones, at some point. See, I just do it for the fun, just based on vibes. That's it.
I think I overthink it too much. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, you do. No,
like,
you definitely do.
I can't
can tell you that right now.
I can't just no thoughts head empty and just make a baseless prediction. I have to sit there and...
You don't have to baseless. Like, you can always be like...
have a master's thesis in my head about why I'm making said prediction. Like, that. It's just the way that my brain works.
See... You don't have to. That's, you know, the beautiful thing.
But I do have to. But I do.
But listen, when we did the map prediction, I named 3 based on vibes, and I had 1 right. You know, you can just go on vibes, but you can also just be like, I mean, I've seen this team play here once. Like, they look pretty good, and also, you know, the form is pretty good in this matchup. Yeah, I think they'll win. You know, that's possible too. And if you're wrong, no one will mind. Maybe you, but no one else.
I'll mind. That's the issue.
What I'm saying.
Can't do it. I'm afraid.
Disappointing.
It's fine. You can hold on to that disappointment. You can hold on to that. That's fine. Love the fact that we're already from the get-go seeing the Pantheon shield come out. Again, Project Zero just really implying that they want a lot of flexibility, a lot of movement. They really want to focus on establishing initial information, where these pushes coming from, what are Panahorne cooking. And then we can kind of jiggle around, adjust ourselves to the approach that they themselves will take. I mean, realistically, if you're Panahorne, you'll just go really classic about this, I reckon.
Let's cause some chaos.
Clear from the CCTV side. Open up a bit of construction. Go for the motor. I mean, from the get-go, they're just really getting stuck in by opening construction immediately, because again, that forces a little bit of pressure away from Cash as well. Player playing in Cash has to be careful that they don't get pressure coming in from there, so it's a sensible option, and I'm assuming, well, Nick actually has a drone in Cash that's not been found or destroyed by Project Zero. So there is a lot of information being fed right now to Panahorne.
Information always key as the exothermics starting to rip on the jacuzzi wall. It's going to be providing them with a nice opening towards the site. Bathroom is not actually hard held this time. Usually that is the case. You usually see reinforcement up there, but of course with the mirror ban, might not be as useful as it otherwise would be. And Panahorne still playing it white, still putting a pressure towards that garage, but that's kind of like a trap. Because yes, it is quick out here, and it is quick with the Scopos. But when the pressure comes to the site, we can just simply swap shells and instantly be back in there. So he's kind of being able to waste time for free. And this is being read by Panahorne as well. They're deciding to not go for that garage take because they realize that he's just going to be playing that out with his life. And as soon as the pressure is coming on the side, he's digging right behind the keeper barrier. He's going to swap shields, and there's no way you can try and catch him. Rasta and Flexi both picking up kills. Starting it off a nice and even trade as Uport strikes big, falls back towards the site itself. This is trying to come up the staircase. This is just him and Rastin now. As the nitros fly through, he's being caught up as of yet. Uper and Groovy both quite low on HP with 35 seconds left remaining in this round. They are in need of making some room happen. The diffuser not in hand either. The EU1D about to strike as Nifsu gets one with the bailiff. Brings it back a little bit closer. And the grenade gets painful to quick. Might actually want to swap shells at some point, but it might be too little too late already. That fire is going to be taking Flexi out. Rastin in the 1v2. He takes down one more, but the time is about to tick out and he needs to find the last man standing. He's inside of the gym, and as he ran for the outside, he gets picked up in Project Zero by the skin of their teeth. Find themselves a round to survive.
Very, very excited about how this has gone already. Again, really coming down to a nail there. Surely does set the expectation of how things are going to go on. Capital and Grim being brought out. Again, that's not even a surprise. I think realistically we are expecting to see a mountain of that kind of util. When we consider how both of these sides play, when we consider the kind of way that they want to take control and force these collapses.
Well reinforced.
I think again there's a few things happening there from Project Zero where you're kind of like, okay, maybe give yourself a few more lifelines.
I cannot play Zofia yet.
Oh gosh, those were the days. Honestly, the amount of chaos that used to create, so good.
Oh, I don't mean the last stand, Grace. I mean the gadget. It's called the Lifeline. It had layers.
Layers. Like
But that was I mean, Rook Armor does it now, right? So it's like you still have the opportunity.
Yeah, but
of
it's
doing
not the same. It was funny when you're like 1v1 clutching, and then you'd just withstand yourself, and then people would be all Jimmy Rustled because they'd kind of think that they'd secured things, and you'd just get yourself up.
It's just how it happens sometimes.
We're getting opening pick onto Nifty. That's the Blackbeard gone, and again, a key factor, a key pivotal factor, really, for Panahorne. And they are approaching the basement site because you've got a little bit of a extra bit of cover, a safety net of sorts.
Drones up and running.
Establish pressure through one angle. Nick was able to deal with Upor, I believe, but again, significantly tagged up. Needs to stay alive because those Grimpies, those Capital bolts, you know, they're going to be a really pivotal part of the execution. Going a little bit squishier with the soft breach as well, bringing out that buck instead of the buggy.
Reload!
This is going to cause too much of an issue. I mean, realistically, we've got some nades left in the pocket. But there's no C4s. I see some aggression through the floorboards as Rastin makes his way into the building, but we'll see what happens. Ooh. Quick hightailing it out of there. We'll have to deal with that pressure again. That might cause a little bit of a time waste on the side of Panahorne. 1 minute or so to go. Now they're opening Moto hatch. Might go a little bit too funnily here, and that is a concern. Again, there's going to be so much utility around these doorways. The Vulcans, the Toxic Babes. I mean, one only left in the pocket of Flexi, however, so maybe that is a little bit better. Ooh. There's that aggression through the floorboards I spoke about. Very late to be doing this, though, I'll be real. Lambert getting caught off guard. That's unfortunate. That is BS. Toxic Babe to the face to finish him off. 3 versus 4. 30 seconds. And again, yes, you've established some verti, but you've not really got too much control over it. However, looking to drop Oil Pit as well. Does deal with Flexi. Rastin pushing his way from Moto. Nice little two-pronged approach towards Church. Quick dealing with Halver. He gets stuck in, needs to do something. Rastin can't, he can't find it. Project Zero holding on to that. Again, a key factor being time there, I feel, Hap for Panahorne.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, basement is always a hard attack to go for, and if you are not quick enough, I mean, I kind of will say it, you'll run out of time. You'll start making weird mistakes because, you know, it's like, oh, no, we need to do this still. Oh, no, we need to do this still. There's just not enough space and time to get all of it done at the same time. Suddenly, you run yourself into the wall and there goes your hopes and dreams of that round. But Tertiary side is now on, and Clubhouse, to me, is more a 50-50 map. A 2-4, a 4-2, or a 3-3 are all acceptable scores. But if you want to get around on the board, it's probably going to be CCTV cache. If you horribly fail here, this is not meant to be rude, but if you're unable to get yourself properly on the board for an attack here, that's when I will start to say, I have my doubts on whether or not you're going to be able to put up some good pressure.
5 seconds remaining.
Deploying laser wire.
I mean, it's a step-by-step plan. It's quite simple. You take garage, use the mezzanines. Take the main breach, there you go. You now have an opportunity to plant. You want to go from construction? That's fine. Take construction, still open up the main breach. Maybe even do a little bit of garage work as well. You just start pushing from there. Using shields is often quite important here as well when you want to get that garage under control. There's none, of course, on the board now. Plenty of other utility. The lifeline of Sofia with the 2 concussions and 2 impacts. You have the 2 incendiary bolts and smoke bolts, the RC Roteros and the Bees. All of that can be used to relocate players and to move them out of their positions.
There's like a mountain by Uport's feet, though. I'm going to kind of hold that back slightly. Again, just... I swear there's a fair few mute jammers as well as those keepers for him to play around. I swear at his feet behind those keepers there was at least 2 mute jammers.
So,
very spicy.
They are trying to bend a trick. And what they've done is they castle barricaded it off from below. And the reason they do that is so Nick cannot actually get the impacts in. But that doesn't really matter because there's a drone hole right next to the breach. he just sent the stun grenades through there. That's what you need to be blocking out. You could have done that with a shield. You could have done that maybe even with the bulletproof camera to put it up against the ground. Because now you just let them stun you out of your bandit trick. And that means the wall's been opened up. So the whole plan that was there for Project Zero got completely ripped apart by the fact that Nick is playing on Sofia. There's the pressure down below. Castle barricade opened up. I said it before, like they have lounged. Respect to Flexi for winning that fight. Will instantly be killed afterwards though as Lambe shuts him down, but the pressure and the damage already done finding Nick. Like he was not in a survivable position out there. Managed to at least take one out before he went down. And now, this garage is slowly being taken control of. Time is becoming a bit problematic here. The fire is coming through and Uper's forced to run all the way back. But he will live, and there's no more fire on the board. And the Bees can still give away the game as Groovy will find one. Going to take a small bit and bout of pressure and damage. There's Rastin and Nissu, the last 2 standing. Have control of mezzanines, have control of garage. Where's Nifsuda? Okay, he's finding himself on the rappel. He's gonna have to dig in deep. Might do that right behind the server stack, or could that do that close to the red door. The nitro will be flying out as soon as this plant is heard. There he comes. That's gonna blow them up. No, what? Where did that go? And 45 seconds will be counting down just momentarily, though. The shotgun from Groovy comes around the corner to lock things off. And Project Zero get themselves a 3rd round on the board.
Very, very clean in these final moments from Project Zero.
Changing mag.
A bit of a zoom in there on the replay. I like it, Picasso. Very, very, very nice to see from Project Zero. 3 rounds on the trot now. No timeout being called just yet by Panel Hornet. Final bans to come in. Gonna see the Bandit and the Thermite. So Project Zero, they're really dislodging those hard breach on the hands of Panel Hornet. This makes things a little bit clunkier. It means that you have to go through these choke points. You're gonna need to bring the kind of kit to really make that work for yourselves. Yes, you can argue, okay, well you can bring secondary hard breaches, but it doesn't give you the kind of space that you need sometimes. Yes, it can open up lines of sight, but those Voltins can sometimes be a little bit clunky when push comes to shove. Luckily for Panel Hornet, they've still got some really nice execute utility. They can bring the Blitz out as well. You know, having the Grim and the Capital with that Blitz. If you do have to go a little bit more funnily, if you do have to go through those tight little doorways and angles, you've got a lot of kit to allow yourself, to enable yourself, to give yourself those safety measures. Flexi, of course, being on that clash is gonna probably be a bit of a nuisance. We might be seeing a bit of an investment of those Grim Bees and then those fire bolts at actually dislodging Flexi, to be honest, Hap.
Razor wire in position.
Definitely be the case. I mean, they have the opportunity to deal with it. The RC Roteros, of course, the EMPs from Thatcher can also be used, not to dislocate, but to disable the stun effect from that shield. Of course, you want to get rid of that shield first and foremost. That is going to be their main goal, the main opportunity they hope to explore. So, that said, how do you do it? You mentioned those firebolts. Yes, that's a great opportunity to go for it. But more needs to be there. And Espanohone have been struggling so far. You can say that. They also need to just find themselves an attacking round. And Flexi throwing them, like, Flexi is just being an additional puzzle to solve, besides the actual side itself. Like, you have the main side and setup to solve, and then, you know, just a side quest where Flexi's like, yep, that's true, but you also have to take care of me somehow.
Let's cause some chaos. Ratero anchored.
At least they've been able to get half of this control and they're about at that halfway mark, making good time of it. That's what we're talking about. Yes, you use those secondaries. If you pressure towards the player, usually typically playing around that bathroom area, but no one's quite deep in that shower yet. Lambe going for a rotation. Potentially that's to kind of come up that main stairs and create a little bit more pressure, cut off anyone rotating from Logi. Well, they're going to know he's there now because Groovy has just gone down. Flashbang going out. Pressure from Quick. He needs to bring it. That plant is going down. Zupa will go on to Nick, but the plant can't be denied. No one's denying it. No one's there. No one's aware. Again, Lambe is still on those staircases as well. Can really have a powerful position here as Rastin, with that blitz shield, getting stuck in to deal with Skeptic. Bless him. 2 versus 2. Ooh, amazing stuff.
Wonderful.
Quick dislodging Rastin. Talva.
Oh, there's still the shield.
What can he do?
Oh no! He can block off the door! They can go for the counter defuse, he can just block off the door, he can act like a Montaigne! That's exactly what he's gonna be doing! This is crucial! He needs to be successful! And he is! Well read there of the situation, of what was happening and what needed to happen. And they get themselves a round that should have probably gone to Panahane, but thanks to some quick thinking, they realized, okay, well, he just jumped in. That means he's committing to this push. And from there on, well, just closing it off nice but steadily. Oh, like he saw the head when he punched the shield to the side. Unfortunate for the side of Panahane. The shield going a bit too aggressive there, like had to pull out a bit earlier. As soon as they lost that, like that was basically, as soon as Blitz was down, that opened the door to Project Zero for getting that round to go their way.
Jammer ready to activate.
Goodness me.
Fortified! Deploying jammer.
I don't want to be too doom and gloom about things, but this is the kind of moment where I'm starting to feel a little bit concerned for Panahane. Because again, they've got the right ideas in those moments, right? Again, even that last round, like they did really well. We had Lambe be like, okay, I need to apply this additional angle. You know, we don't have as many options here. We applied a bit of pressure and got that cash control and things like that, but we need these additional prongs, that stabby fork of the attack we want to bring. They got the plant down, and again, it was looking so good until those final moments where just the clash blocking the doorway. Goodness me.
That's a quick thinking that we need from these teams.
But that's the the difficulty for Panahorny right now, because it's again like how do you adjust in those moments? And like again, if you can't really call a timeout because a clash has blocked the doorway, you know.
I'm pretty sure timeouts have been called for less.
No, this is it. Like you can't, and it's like, okay, well, you're not really gonna kind of. There's nothing that's being explicitly awful here, you know, that you could fix. It's just circumstance, Hap. It's circumstance.
Watch for the blast!
Well, Panahorny, so you needed to get some attack rounds at least. A 2-4, a 3-3, or a 4-2 split is all acceptable. Yet you find yourself at 0-4 right now. Yesterday we've seen a team go out in 0-7 fashion against Project Zero in map 3. If they do it again, they really like to be sending some painful jabs to their opponents when they send them out of the tournament. But for now, Project Zero just in complete control. There's no doubt about it. Refire's happening. Ruby so close to be finding himself in a bit of a fight. He was focused too much on the feet, and Lambe came in and swept him up. At least is the entry there, Grace, for the side of Project Zero.
And it does seem like they're kind of focusing more on the back. Rastin finally working that kitchen, working that skeleton key. There we go, opening up this Verti. Again, it always comes in so late with these guys. At that point, 2 Project Zero, they're not really overextending too much. They've wasted enough time. They're just waiting for that to collapse. Attempt to come through! Goodness me, Skeptic starting to clean up shop a little bit here. Quick with the nice little trade fountain nick as well. Rastin left at a 1 versus 2. No time, no info. No way to make something work there, and that's yet another round on the board for Project Zero. And my apple pie, we've been here before. Project Zero really sailing away with it now, even if it's a 5-1. If Panahorny are able to secure a singular round on these attacks, it's still not going to be a nice time when that side switch happens. You've got the pressure on you. You've got that mountain to climb up.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
They were
being
looking
defused by attackers.
just very, very uncomfortable in that round. And again, it's a time factor, really. 'Cause it's not like Project Zero being hyper-aggressive in these starts of rounds, right? It's not like they're kind of like on these massive extensions where they're suddenly, you know, flinging their way towards you, flinging themselves down hatches, flinging themselves on this extended Verti. Bit of faffing happening on the side of Panahorny, unfortunately, on these basement attacks, and that's costing them.
It is definitely costing them. And now the question is, can they at least get one of those attacking rounds on the board before they head over to the defense?
Ethically sourced, Yaga.
Time will tell. We've just entered the action phase. Quick is finding himself in a aggressive position. Someone's going to be rappelling up on the jacuzzi wall. He's going to be there to send him a greeting card. No one seems to be coming in from that direction. Rastin will be looking to go into logistics. Opens it up. No, actually staying out for now. And as such, we keep moving, we keep going. Surely, slowly and steadily. This round comes to a close in about 2 minutes from now. The pressure is on Panahorny because they know they don't have anything on the board, Grace.
A little shout out to Quick actually as well for how much he's popped off on this half. Really has been a huge impact for the side of Project Zero on these defenses. Some very cheeky shenanigans too when he's bringing up that Scopos. In these moments against Project Zero, they can be a bit more aggressive around this defense they have. We're being caught a bit off guard. Upor actually coming in, the cavalry, to try and keep him alive there, as Rastin will fall to the hands of Quick. A res might occur if they can get rid of a few more of these bodies. Nick finally finishing off Upor, and Groovy now left in no man's land, just downed. Out for the count. No one's going to be able to get to him in time. That's wasted a fair amount of time, to be honest, speaking of the timer. Again, Lambe coming in from below. Gets shut down there by Flexi. They're all trying to funnel in through that garage doorway, and they're just going to end up lining up for him.
Nick is in such a standoff. It is kind of fun. Like, he's on the up high rappel. He's just trying to hold that window. He's trying to find Flexi as soon as he steps a little bit too much to the side. But every single time they're falling the other way, eventually he will go down. That is going to be crucial. That gives him the opportunity to now start taking control of mezzanines. As Quick is trying to send some pot shots out through the garage. He's not able to hit anything as of yet. They know about one on the breach as well. His time is ticking down quickly because they are rushing up on this garage. But as they take out the cover that was up above, the shotgun comes in for 1 and 2, and that's a 6-0 for Project Zero.
Makes it look so easy in those moments. Makes it look so easy. Yep, sign up for me. Conga line into my willing and open arms. A 6-0 half for Project Zero is absolutely filthy, absolutely disgusting. Panahorne, surely the mental's gone at this point.
Well, at least they're on the fence. It gives them a bit of an opportunity to pick up the pieces. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I'm just coping.
I mean, again, though, it's just Quick being on those techie operators and just having a field day with them. You know, we got Scopos coming out from him. Then he gets on that Solus, gets really cheeky. It's just like, oh, come on now. Come on now. It's cold. It's cold, to be honest. It's freezing. And again,
it's hot and it's cold. Yes, and it's now. I don't know the lyrics.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
it speaks volumes for a roster sometimes as well when they're able to kind of pass around operators, you know? Like, sometimes you have those rosters where it's like, oh, we've got like that one player and they will always go on the clash, but then with Project Zero it's been rotated on a lot of them. And again, you see these operators getting rotated between them. It shows that they're just kind of low-key in that first half, having, I don't want to say it, but it's like they were having fun with it, you know?
I think it's definitely fun when you're about to go to a nice little holiday trip in Milan.
5 seconds left.
All you need to do is win 1 round.
Attackers objective.
Yeah, I think that's a definition of fun.
Well, they've been on good form in general lately. Remember, they have qualified for that E6 final.
Yep.
That's going to be against Secret Academy. That's going to be a real spicy one, and that is a live LAN event. Some of those players get a different flow state in them when they're on LAN as well. It seems sometimes like works a lot better. It's like they feel less pressured when they're around their teammates physically.
Well, Project Zero, as you were up to potentially get a second 7-0 knockout of the tournament. Again, I think that's kind of a flex. Quick is also 12-1, by the way. I think that's also something we can highlight. He's absolutely tearing through them right now. But it's the basement defense, so it's a tough one. It's not going to be easy.
Watch for the blast!
But if they manage to take it home here, that's going to be a big message sent. Of course, that is what they'll be hoping for. To find a big message to send over. The last minute 30, plenty of verticality already on the board, Grace.
So much happening on both sides in terms of destruction here.
Going live.
Xcaris opening things up more and more. Again, Project Zero, keep your eye on the timer. Give yourself enough time, enough wiggle room. I might see Skeptic make his way down the stairs at some point. And Groovy waiting patiently with one of those fire bolts. There we go. It's going to push back Nick into that dirt. That's going to give a lot of breathing space for Skeptic to just get stuck in and get that plant down. They don't know. A C4 being attempted, but Flexi is there for cover from the hatch. It's a post TP, and they don't have the info needed to see where these bodies of Project Zero are. Surely not 5-3. Is this going to be the 7-0 to end the series? Quick, 1 onto Halver. 2 versus 5. Nifsu can't do it either. Happens all over. I don't want to say it too early, but there we have it. A 7-0 scorcher. Project Zero making it look so easy on the Even Stevens playing field of Clubhouse. And that's them securing that victory. Putting themselves directly into that lower bracket final.
Hanahanu sent home with a 7-0. And Project